I don't remember what I was doing in
2004.
I don't remember what I was doing in 2004, honestly. I don't remember that far back. And good therapy.
Sam. Welcome to the 30%
my
podcast.
memories are being blocked. So I have blocked memories that I need to unlock. It's 2024.
Yo, what's up, and welcome to episode 58 of the 30% podcast. I go by the name Afam, and I am joined by my amazing co-host Sam. And this is the first episode of
the
2024. Which
fire. We made it. Afam,
I want to start
we
off
made it.
by saying this amazing joke. Sam, what did number 48 and 49 say to number 50 after it had a meal?
Well, sorry, say that again. What is number what after what?
What did number 48 and 49 say to number 50 after it had a meal? They were all seated at the table.
What did number 48 say to number 49? You know what's annoying is I know this joke, but I've forgotten about it. I've forgotten the answer. It said, I don't know. What did number 48 say to number 49? Because I just
came up with...
Oh, all right. So then, okay, go ahead.
I came up with it on the spot.
Oh,
so
gosh.
It's not an actual joke.
I thought I've heard this
I'm just
one
going to
before.
say they said 58. Episode 58. Anyway, guys, listen, on that somber, some would say note, you guys can listen to this podcast on YouTube. Yes, we're still on YouTube in the new year. You can listen to us on Spotify. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts. And you can also find us on Google Podcasts as well as Anchor Podcasts.
That's a fact.
You can also find us on all the social media platforms that you guys love to frequent, such as TikTok, such as Instagram, such as Threads, such as X. And if you are business-minded, you can also find us being business majorical on LinkedIn. Yes, I created a word called business majorical.
You can I feel like that would be a fine name for a newspaper or an article. Afam is cooking this new year. He's cooking.
The last thing that I almost forgot. You can also find us in real life, IRL.
IRL
exists.
Yeah, we live IRL. That's where we mostly reside. That's where I mostly reside.
Happy New Year, man. How are you?
Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year. I'm fine, man. I'm easing slowly into the year. Like, it's been so slow. I usually my default is like I'm almost always on like go mode. But this year I've been like, okay, like I'm just know what, we are going to relax on purpose. Like, it's so weird. I don't know why I'm doing this at the beginning of the year. But weirdly enough, I've been very productive, which is making me rethink my whole strategy for the rest of my life. So yeah, I have goals, bro. I have goals, just like you do. I have goals, and we have to achieve them. So
factoids.
Yeah.
So only dropping factoids. Nice. I'm happy to hear that you've had a productive
year, yeah, I have.
I'm happy to hear you've had a productive year so far.
Literally so productive. It's been production. It's been producing.
Yeah, same. Literally same. I've just been making a lot of music.
What's up, man? How are you? You sound a little bit under the weather. You sound a little bit sick.
Yeah.
A little bit.
For all those listening, you can hear my voice is not the greatest.
It's a sinus. There's a lot of sinus coming from your mic.
Yeah, I've been unwell since the year began.
Yikes.
just have like a little flu here and there. A flu here and there, that doesn't make sense. Anyway, yes, I have a flu, so it's but I'm in the recovery stages. I'm in the for me, how my flu progresses is I have a scratchy throat, and then the next days I'll just be under the weather with the usual symptoms, just the fatigue, malaise, the clogged nose, etc. Then when it's starting to tail off, I develop a cough. That's always the last thing,
the remnant
that, like, plagues me. Yeah, is me having a cough.
Yeah.
So right now I'm in the cough stage, and it sucks.
I feel because I've been in the cough stage. I had a flu maybe the second week of December, and I'm still in the cough stage. My worst stage of that flu is the scratchy throat. I hate it. Having a sore throat is the worst. It's like when I get it, I'm like, I wish I would just be well. Like it's just it's so irritating, and there's not much you can do about it.
Exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're powerless, because at that point, the wheels are already in motion. You're getting sick. Yep. But Sam, what did you get up to for New Year's, man? Okay. How did you usher in 2024?
The New Year's. I thought I was just going to be at home chilling, but a couple of people invited me out. So we went out. It was interesting. It was a club-like setting. Bro, I really don't understand what people go to do. Like it's this noise. You can't hear each other. You're just literally going there to dance and consume beverages. That's the point. Like yelling at each other, trying to say things that would be easier said farther away from the speaker. It was interesting just going out and seeing, people were outside, people were being mixy, being social. It was cool. It was a good night. For me, the importance was being with the people I was and just chilling. It's not necessarily the environment and going out, and I don't usually do that. So that was cool. The DJ.
Did you see any fireworks?
Did I see? There were fireworks, but I didn't rush because people were rushing out to see them. I don't know, man. I don't know. Fireworks don't really excite me. So I sound like it was cool. People seemed to like them. So, and it was very loud and noisy.
Wow.
So yeah. I'm sorry. I'm being that guy. My bad.
Tune in next time to find out the things that Sam
really doesn't care about. How was yours? Is that how?
For me, it was cool. I linked up with a bunch of my friends.
Hey. The New Year is a good time to be social.
It is. Yeah, we went to the mall. Yeah, the mall, the rooftop. They had like an event. I think it was called When the Clock Strikes. And it was
very on the nose.
Decent. It was very on the nose. Yeah, it was decent. It was a decent experience. I was just happy to be with my friends, just like you. At least it was open, because I prefer the open,
okay.
I don't like
that was the difference. I think mine was like those were roofs over it, and it was that was maybe that took away from the experience. Anyway,
maybe so it was dope. Jumped the year. I ended up getting home at 7:30 a.m.
Nice.
And man, I probably got my cold from that night.
Made some bad decisions.
Not bad decisions, but just being outside in the cold.
Well, whatever you did, I mean, if you got a cold from that, there was definitely a bad decision that was made there. Whether you made it on purpose or not, there was a bad decision that was made.
I wouldn't say it's a bad decision.
Oh my bad. All right,
it's life. You in life you experience things and then things happen, right? It's cause and effect. So that's what I did, and man, I guess the year really starts for real this week, which is cool. So, bro, listen,
everyone
this year
is getting back on the grind.
Work. Yeah, man. Life continues.
Christmas decorations come down. Thank the Lord.
2024, man. 2004 was 20 years ago, Sam. We're old.
That is true. Where were you in 2004? What were you up to?
I was a wee little lad. Young lad. In class 4.
You were a youngin, as they say.
I was in class 4 purple, and my teacher was called Mrs. Koros. I still remember her. Shout out to
her, man, wherever you are. I hope you're doing well, man.
Bro, shout out to Mrs.
You're part of the story.
Hey,
part of the story.
Of course, of the boy. Listen, when I'll be recounting, you know how like people recount like the people who are really inspirational and influential into their life stories. Yeah.
She's there.
Yeah.
She's part of it. I don't remember what I was doing in 2004. I don't remember what I was doing in 2004, honestly. I don't remember that far back. And good therapy.
Sam. Welcome to the 30%
my memories
podcast
are being blocked. I have blocked memories that I need to unlock this 2024. Maybe that's my New Year's resolution. What's your New Year's? What are you?
I am glad you asked that, Sam. Thank you. So, last year, one of my New Year's resolutions, I remember we had them on the podcast, was to go out more, just go out for more events and stuff.
Hey,
I think I did that, like to some extent. But I think I want to carry that on to this year. I want to be more outside as well.
You want to make it a normal thing.
I really struggle to like go for events and be like entirely the social butterfly that is probably just waiting to come out inside of me. You know what I mean? I feel like I have a social butterfly that I've suppressed all these years.
It's a cocoon. You're a... What's the stage before butterfly?
Exactly.
You're a...
chrysalis. Or whatever it's called.
No, that sounds cool. I'm talking about like the worm. Isn't there like a worm?
Wow. Sam, you don't want me to sound cool.
No.
Listen, guys, this is your friends will tell you the truth, man.
Your friends will be real with you. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but anyway, so I want to do more going out, but I have another New Year's resolution which I want to stick to.
Let's hear it.
I want to attempt to listen to an album or an EP, essentially a project, every day of the year. I got this idea from Hafare.
Every day.
Yeah, every single day. So I got this idea from Hafare because he posted. So Hafare, as you guys know, Breaking Hearts podcast. So he posted on his social media like all the albums he listened to, and I was like, bro, they were like in the hundreds or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is insane. I was like, how do you listen to all that music? I want to push myself to listen to more music. One thing about me is, contrary to popular belief, me being a music producer and music being my life,
you're not really.
I don't listen to as much music.
Did Spotify give you
as much music as you'd think?
Did Spotify give you the adventurous? What did they give you?
I can't remember what they gave me, but like it's
you weren't that
definitely not adventurous.
Okay. All right.
Maybe because of the TikTok series, it would see as though I'm adventurous.
I mean, you were though.
In general.
You did a lot of,
but in general, I don't
around.
Consume as much money as I as much music as I should.
Don't we all?
Anyway, so I've started, and the two projects I've listened to are I finally listened to the Red Moon in Venus project by Kali Uchis, which by the way is so beautifully arranged and
curated.
It's curated so well. Shout out to all the producers who were part of that. Sam and I were bopping to.
No, there's some. I mean, you can.
Don Toliver.
Yeah, it's you can tell when music is well done. Yeah, you can tell when music is well done, well produced. It's written well. It just sticks in your mind. And fam, there's some good joints on there. Some really good joints.
And obviously, my favorite song is like, and I think this is everybody's favorite song, is just Moonlight. That's an amazing song.
Yeah.
Especially when she starts like, one thing I love about Kali Uchis is how she just seamlessly switches from speaking in Spanish and then and then in English, like it's just so seamless. So Moonlight is definitely up there.
You put her onto me. I've not really listened. I've heard her name everywhere, but I've not really listened to her music. I might need to do a little bit of a dive.
So I listened to that because I only started this resolution 2 days ago. Yeah. I listened to that, and then I finally got around to listening to the Submissive project by Destin Conrad. I haven't figured out how I'm going to like decide what I listen to. So it's just like, especially it's I'm going to go by things I've been putting off, because like those two projects I put off, I was like, I'm going to listen to this, but then I never found time to.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm doing this is I want to expand my palette. I feel like I'm very one-track minded. I feel like I'm very limited in my influence. I like what I like and I stick to that. I want to change that. So that's my New Year's resolution. How about yours, Sam?
No, that's dope. That's dope. Mine would be, I want to work with more artists. I feel like this 2023, I did a lot of more commercial type things and what you call them?
You were getting to the bag.
Ads and yeah. But now I want to get back into like, and I want to make it a point to work in studio with artists. That's like, I want to link up with everyone because I'm very versatile in terms of production. Like I do everything. So I would like to get a whole bunch of artists on the belt. And I'd like to discover like, like when you find that one artist that you lock in with and it's like, yeah. So I'm currently in the search, doing either send your CVs to.
Let me tell you, bro, it's a tedious process finding an artist to build with because you're building from when they're raw.
Very, yeah. But I enjoy that though. I enjoy it. I enjoy like helping figure out, all right, no, don't do this up to the...
For the listeners who can't see us, Sam just did a jig of excitement.
I did a jig of excitement. That's a good way to put it. But yeah, no, I really want to lock in with artists, like very new artists, very niche artists, and then also like I want to build my resume with the big players. So it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of, because I have to get out of my shell. I think that's been my issues. I've just been in my shell a lot in terms of reaching out to people. So I have to like actively get out of that and reach out to every single person, whether you're dubbed or not. Let me not say it like that. Whether it's reciprocated or not, I don't think that's the major issue. I think it's the reaching out that's going to do. So yeah, man, listen, if you do listen to this podcast and you make music, you might get reached out to by me, from me. By me sounds better. So yeah. That's part of my goal. I really just I want to make more music, man. Like I want to have more music out. So
here's to that, bro. I really hope that's successful for you and you get to work with
be a producer.
As many artists.
Don't just say it. Be a producer.
Possible.
Yep.
Yeah, be a producer. Speaking of being a producer, this past week, my year also started a little bit with a bang because the whole Cocoa Butter song has been blowing up for Lil Minor. So, yeah, that one. Anyway, we scheduled a shoot for the video and everything, and that was exciting. It was exciting.
Did you do a producer? Did you do the producer cameo? The guys when they show when your tag hits and then you're rubbing your hands, it's in slow mo, licking your lips.
Unfortunately, I did.
Oh, you did?
I did a cameo. Yes, I'm gonna be in the video in some capacity.
I hope it's not corny. Because it's corny, I'm going to.
Sam, I don't know if I'll be able to watch that video, Sam. I don't know if I'll be able to watch it.
No, don't worry, I'll watch it for you.
And you'll replay the parts where, oh no, bro,
I'll loop that specific part where Afam is going, yeah, it's me.
Yeah, so they're gonna include me in the end where my tag goes. So like, it's gonna be cringy, for sure, and I'm going to cringe very much. And I'm so sorry. Apologies in advance.
A bit of cringe is good.
But anyway, so the reason why I bring it up is because so that song really plays on the past. It's a song that sounds like the kapuka of days gone past and everything.
Yeah.
And I feel like to some extent that's why a lot of people have resonated with it, right? And Sam, we had this conversation before the podcast. We were trying to talk about like the things that we think are gonna be very influential in the music industry, or are gonna be really big points of conversation in the music industry over the year.
2024,
right? And we wanted to project that. And for me, I want to say Arbantone is the thing, at least for the next 2 quarters. That's what's gonna be like the thing that's really booming in the music industry. And I don't know. What do you?
It's interesting.
What do you think?
It's interesting. it's like Gengetone took a break and then it decided it went and it what do people say when like after
hiatus.
after
it just took a hiatus.
No. Yeah, well, yeah. After a relationship, what do people do to to get themselves back? Like the guys go to the gym and start working on themselves. So Gengetone did that. It's Gengetone broke up with the music industry for a while, and then it went and then now it's coming back as Arbantone.
As Arbantone.
Cut hair. It's a little bit more, Anyway, it would be interesting. That's a silly analogy.
It's a little bit more familiar.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see that. I'm looking forward to. I'm always for the older Kenyan music to make a resurgence, or like new life, life for stuff that we have been, and we see that a lot. Like a lot of at least towards the end of last year, we saw a lot of the Arbantone songs like sample older Kenyan music, older Kenyan songs, older Kenyan acts. So that's cool. I like to see that. I do predict that might raise a few issues, but I feel like those will be good issues to solve because that will help us forge new ways of going about the business. But that's the business side. We'll get to that when we get to that. The music should be exciting.
Some issues.
Yeah. We've seen how people have ripped off. Just basically ripped off.
It's going to cause some issues.
Yeah.
But the music is great.
The music is,
it's without a doubt.
It definitely, it's cool because it's playing on, like you said, it's playing on nostalgia. But then it's giving it's like a new. It's like current. It's making it more current, which is cool. It'll be interesting to see how the old school acts get on new school with old school nostalgia. That would be an interesting marriage, I would think.
Do you think the old school acts will have a role to play outside of their music being used?
I don't know.
Think, like,
how did they respond to Gengetone? Because I think it will be along that lane.
No, Gengetone, I'm sure they embraced. They were like, yeah, we were the founders. But you see, this is different because this is like, okay, we're actually using samples from your songs.
I don't know. Did they really embrace it? I don't think it was embraced as much. Some did. It wasn't like
I feel
it wasn't like
the
a
likes
wide
of DNA and all those guys.
But for them, it's pretty similar because it's the sound is sort of what they're used to. Like it's Gengetone is still based off Kapuka and all that business. So it will be interesting to see if the newer, and I guess there's a divide between now just the Arbantone school and just the rest of the industry. To be interesting to see how the rest of the industry treat it, especially since this is like, it almost feels like it's a resurgence, like, all right, we're trying again, sort of. So it'd be interesting to see if they treat it differently than they treated the Gengetone.
That is actually, that's a really good observation.
Yes.
I feel like this new resurgence of Gengetone as Arbantone is more playful.
Yeah.
It's less... it's not graphic. What's the word?
Provocative.
It's more like it's more fun and more playful, and it's less like
raw.
It's like TikTok challenges and this and that. So it's more like,
and that might work.
Marketable.
Yeah, that might work well
marketable
for it. That might also be its detriment again because. TikTok plays a big part, especially with the younger ones doing it. Lil Minor, all the kids.
Yeah.
Like TikTok plays a huge part in it. So as well as we are as well as the older acts and the older audience is able to adapt to the TikTok vibe, that might indicate partly how well we're able to receive the music. I don't know.
So some of the names I'm seeing that are really big in this Arbantone space.
Arbantone.
I don't know why. Maybe I'm old, but like these names are so interesting. Like YBW Smith.
That's what they said when all the
Tipsy G.
Hip hop had that era.
Ranz Scooby.
Yeah.
Scooby. It's like, where did these guys come up with? Sean MMG.
Yeah.
Like I don't know where they came up with the names, but it's interesting.
Hip hop had that area where that era where names started being like, but honestly, if you look at the names, it's interesting just watching how names have changed over time. Like that's a cool little study you could do. Like hip hop went from all the MC this, MC, then it evolved and then became the Lils. Then after that, they had their Run Scooby era. which is interesting. So, and now I don't know what they're doing now actually. But
XXX Tentacion.
it's
we've
a
gone
banger.
through some interesting names. So
a banger of a name.
So Sam,
Yeah.
the question is, why is Arbantone really gaining traction within the young hearts of the kids? Because honestly, I feel like the biggest demographic that's really consuming this music is the younger generation. Like, why are they so drawn to this new genre that's not really new,
I think,
but is really playing on the nostalgia from back in the day?
It's just off the top. I know there's many reasons. Off the top of my head, I feel like it's music. It's a good time, right? So that's obviously good. It's a good time. But it's also theirs. Like it's been done by people around that same age group. With that same mindset, mentality, and everything. So it resonates more than, I mean, we listen to the old school, and it's also a good time, obviously, because that's what they keep playing.
Yeah.
But it's a different sort of mind that was a different type of mind created that. So now this is like, it's party music and it's their party music. So that makes it more palatable. There's aspects of nostalgia where you're taking a bit of what they enjoy with other music, and it feels.
I feel like the younger generation have a lot of FOMO. Like they really wish, like especially the kids who are now like starting to go out to parties, starting to club and everything. Like they're like, damn, like I wish I was outside in the day when, like, you know, all the like classics were like popping off. And it's not just Kenyan music, because a lot of them are also sampling,
like all the dance hall joints of
stuff and everything. So I feel like a lot of these kids really, really want to find a way to resonate with what was back in the day, like the music that was consumed, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's genius. Like it's like, wow, like, okay, how can we bring elements of things that worked? They already worked because they're taking elements from songs that were already hit songs, and then kind of reimagining it into something that would be
and inserting today's culture into it.
Exactly. And bro, I think it's so huge, man. Like you look at some of these Arbantone songs that are coming out, and you look at the timelines. Like Sean MMG released a song Nakudai a month ago, and it's already on 1.2 million views on YouTube. Ran Scooby released TikTok like 3 months or so ago. I think it's about to get to 1 million views on YouTube as well.
There's attention on
but
on the songs.
There's definitely a buzz. Soundcraft released that, what is it called? TikToker, featuring Goditena and Tipsy G and Kapi. That song came out 2 months ago. It's already on 3.7 million views on YouTube. So obviously there is an energy that's just very tangible right now with Arbantone, and especially these new kids. Like they have the streets like on lock now.
It's definitely I love to see where it is. I do hope that now the thing is, I do hope that they learn from, because again, the music industry is a music industry, and the music business is a music business, right? So I do hope they learn from the mistakes that I want to say Gengetone made.
Well, they're already making one big mistake, which is sampling things without. I don't know if people are clearing things, so that's a mistake. Ooh. But like,
because back then,
it's going to be problematic.
It is. So some of these kids are going to need to you need to be smart. I honestly don't feel like our industry is going to gatekeep samples. I don't think there's artists who are going to be like, no, don't use my song. Maybe. there might be some divas around.
What I would advise these kids, what I'd advise these kids is, so what you do is, because the sampling of the music is undeniably dope, right?
Yeah.
And as a producer, you know, like even me, I'm looking at this Arbantone movement and I'm like,
you need to tap
I want a piece of that.
You need to tap in.
But like, so what I would advise them is, although as a producer, this is also a double-edged sword. But if we just talk about it as an artist, yeah, do it. But maybe when it comes to like monetizing, like in terms of YouTube and streaming, you know, you're gonna have to have that conversation with the guys who you're sampling, and they'll want a large percentage of the pie.
Of course.
That's great. The only place you can really capitalize is performance, but even then, that might be.
It's going to be tricky. It's going to be problematic.
Because I know there are cases where like even artists like have stopped performing songs that they sampled because that would also lead to, well, you're performing songs that, well, I don't know. It's a weird space.
It's also, I think it's also going, this period is also going to show us how many of the older acts have their business right. Because I mean, you could go crazy and on Twitter, oh, these kids are sampling my song, and then you realize that, oh snap, I don't have no rights. I don't need to be talking about it.
I don't know. I just want to ask, like, especially like now the songs that are sampled from old Kenyan classics. I want to ask the artists to just be a little bit open to what's happening.
Yeah.
Like, if you have to reach out to these kids, like strike like deals where you'll be like, okay, fine, let's revenue share and let's split whatever. Like, let's be open to what's happening.
True. And the kids,
because at the end of the day, it's progressing the music industry. The kids are going to shining a light to your music.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. The kids are going to have to be okay with what they're given, especially since you're taking. You have to like unless you want to create from scratch. But the whole Arbantone movement, there's a big element of it is
sampling.
Borrowing. So.
Yeah.
Listen, the sampling game is a sampling game. If you know what people who sample have to give up in terms of rights, then that's just the music business and how it works. So you're going to have to and just be smart about it. And this will be a good time to learn about that aspect of the business, you know, like the aspect of when you take from someone else. Because we don't do that here. Here you take it and you hope that no one stumbles onto the song and you're living your life looking over your shoulder like that for the rest of your life. Like, that's craziness. But it's the producer's curse, I guess. So it's just a good opportunity to learn about that aspect. Get lawyers, figure it out. We shouldn't be an industry that does the bare minimum and is okay with it. Like, let's figure all this stuff out and figure out how that can work for us. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, if I was managing one of these artists, it would just be about like one, I'd know it's coming. Somewhere down the line, somebody's gonna ask a question.
Yep.
But you need to just set up that line of communication.
It's better to be on the offensive than defend.
Acts. Yeah, just like be more proactive. Like, ask if you need to.
Yep.
And. Because I don't want this Arbantone wave to stop, bro. It's dope, man.
Yep.
What these kids are doing, like, I'm seeing the energy and it's dope. I worry about the business side of it, but like I think let's look at the bigger picture here. Like, you know,
True.
The bigger picture is we could actually like get to a place where Kenyan music is, you know, on the limelight again in that regard. Although the Kenyan music is already in a limelight. I'm just talking about in this genre of music.
Yeah. It's the older acts should be, I would say just they should be more graceful with it because they also stand to benefit, I feel.
Yeah. Obviously, I want the older acts to get their just dues for the music. Definitely,
of course.
Nobody is saying that they shouldn't.
Of course.
I'm just saying, like, be at least open to having a conversation. If not, we're also speculating. Maybe those conversations are already going
being
on
had
behind the scenes. So.
Maybe people are on top of their business.
Hopefully, let's just hope everyone is on top of their business, everybody involved. But yeah, I think Arbantone is my prediction for at least the first two halves of the year. That's what's gonna be the big thing. Do we have any other predictions? Do you have any?
Do I have any other predictions?
In the music industry.
Man, I don't know. I don't know if I have predictions as much as I'm just really excited to see what we've built on progress. I feel like towards last year there was a lot of building and a lot of things that clicked into place. I wouldn't want that to be like a 2023 thing, you know. Like I'd like it to be this the turn of the key, you know, and like moving the car into like.
Do you think we'll have more activations and whatever's. What a podcaster I am.
Very specific there, Afam. Very specific.
So listen, yeah. Anyway, do you think we'll have more like products like we saw with colors and collaborations with Spotify? Do you think and this is not just with Spotify, do you think we'll have more of that type of thing? And if so, maybe I can ask, what would you like to see highlighted this year in the music industry?
Okay, now this is my. I feel like I do need to preface this with, this is my opinion, and this is just how I've seen things.
Yeah.
I would like to see the popular music scene have a little bit of direction, in terms of like the goal.
Nice.
Again, not to overuse the example, but we see how Nigeria, West Africa, and Nigeria really made Afrobeats work for them in a way, and just like they've been putting them, and it's from way back then. It's not like a 2 week 3 thing. 2 week 3 week thing that just happened. Like Rema is a product of what Wizkid and Davido were doing in 2010. You know.
Yeah.
So it's like a concerted effort of just making those decisions, and so I'd like to see that work for us here. It'd be nice to see a marriage between some of the niche products, I don't mean niche in a bad way, like Spotify, and then the rest of the market, what Spotify put on, and then the rest of the market, and just like that marriage to see how much more of a stride we can take together than. Of course, there's going to be individualism and pushing yourself individual as the niche, and also individually as artists, and that's expected. That's normal. That's even needed. But it's also just good to see how that progress works. And my thing is, I really just don't hope. I really don't want last year and the different things that have happened to individuals and as a whole to be a 2023 or 2023, and we're looking back at this from 2027, 2028, and we're like, 2023 was a good year, and then we're just back to,
Do you think we'll have that moment where? Do you think we'll have like a Tyler Water moment where we have an artist that becomes
Wouldn't that be interesting
international sensation?
Yeah.
Because so I've just done some bare minimum research, and I can see Tyler, the Water song is released under Epic, which is Sony.
Yeah.
So do you think we'll see some of the big three take interest in maybe let's say
Kenyan
this is
act?
Just for lack of an example,
Yeah.
a Kenyan act like Karun, for example? Do you think we could see like something like that happen, and a song from a Kenyan like reach like international acclaim, like one of those? And if so, do you have any like predictions? I have a bold prediction for who might blow up to that level.
Man, do I think that's a huge thing to speculate?
I have two
honestly.
bold predictions.
That's a huge thing to speculate.
Yeah, but this is about giving bold predictions.
Yeah.
Which we would.
I think it's
about.
Honestly, I think it's possible. First off, Tyler was signed off her. She was signed off her first hit. What's it called? Getting Late, I think. Hey, I know it's getting late. So she was signed off that. So this is, like I said, it's progress of built, and that was a couple of years back. So it's progress being built. We do. My thing is, we do need to start, and it starts with the work, man. Like it starts with the music, like putting out quality music that people can resonate with. Of course, you can't ignore the age, which is a TikTok age and everything. So, man, it would be really cool to see. Let me not lie. I would want to see. I don't know who would. If anyone were to make it, I would think it would either be Arbantone.
Oh, sorry.
It might be an Arbantone artist, or it would be, that now from that group of Azinia, Karun, that R&B, and Spotify already has laid the groundwork for that to happen. So,
it's gonna happen. One of these guys is
What's your
gonna
prediction?
think like a deal.
You have a bold prediction. Boldly predict.
The people who are already in pole position, in my opinion, to like be extremely palatable to the to the Western audience, for example, because my question was about like Kina Tyler, would be like TG Black and Zoe Kengocha. I think both of those acts are already like straddling both worlds. And could potentially, if they release music consistently this year, could potentially put themselves in a position where like a big label or whatever is interested in amplifying that. Xenia, of course, like is already has already proven that she can do that as well. So even Xenia's water moment is due.
A water moment.
Karuna as well. Yeah, water. That's what we're calling it.
They're calling it the water moment.
Okay, now there's also Libianca, for example, like with people.
I mean, we've sort of seen that with Sophia and Zhao, sort of ish, you know.
But this is the thing. I don't know if Sophia and Zhao has inked a deal with anyone. Probably there's people fishing. There has to be.
I'm sure there's emails coming in.
That's a good one though. Sophia and Zhao as well. And then now it'll be interested to see more organic collaborations happen, because we know how the the Mwaki
Afam has water on the brain
collaboration. It's in my mind. Like we know how that Mwaki collaboration happened. That was more like the universe, but like let's see more intentional.
Exactly, intentional, and that's what I'm talking about. That's what I was trying to say. Like it will just be good to see more planning.
So I think
in it,
Sam, I think a bold prediction is we may see an artist become an international sensation soon. I'm just wondering who it might be. So there's just the two routes will be, you know, from the R&B sector or like the Libianca, somebody who is like hopping more on like the Afro beats, whatever. Somebody who's new, who's fresh, but like offering something that's like, you know, just very, very Kenyan. So I don't know what that will be.
Authentically, it would be good if it's kind of like, I don't think, I was thinking about this over the holidays. I don't think it's a coincidence that Mwaki went viral with a woman, Sophia singing Kikuyu on it. Like, I don't think it's a coincidence. Like we talk about, when we talk about a Kenyan sound, I think an important part of Kenyan sound is Kenyan culture. And we see like she went viral speaking Kikuyu. I don't think it's a coincidence. It's just, I feel like it's something for the industry to think about. I'm not saying that everyone needs to go back and speak their mother tongue, but there's the aspect of culture which needs to be infused into the music. And I think that helps. So,
yeah. All right, both two things can be true as well.
Yeah.
So hopefully, even just however it happens, I think Sophia and Zhao blowing up, Xenia blowing up last year, like the whole Spotify thing. I think this is all precursory information that's gonna
speculation
lead to someone like blowing up in a massive way. Like, Tyler is like international. Libianca became international. The likes of Amare, international.
Ira Star.
I think
they all came out from that.
Yeah, I think we are on the precipice of an artist like that.
I feel like precipice is not a real word. Is precipice a real word?
And it is.
Oh, my bad.
And I feel like 2024. I think that my bold prediction is that we're gonna be able to like really pinpoint who that artist may be, or who those artists may be.
Multiple. There could be multiple too. We don't know. Kenya is not.
There are multiple.
Yeah,
man.
Kenya is not a. Kenya is not
one-dimensional.
Kenya is not a stranger to the international stage. So
no.
Like we've in other areas, like we've made waves. So it's very, very, very reasonable that we could in music too. It just takes intentionality. That's what it takes, and hard work.
It does.
Good old hard work. Good old hard work.
Okay. So in the news, okay, guys, just want to put this out there. So in the music industry, usually the wider or general music industry will take a hiatus in January.
Yeah.
So as opposed to like in December. So in January is when the wider music industry kind of takes a pause, and people really start like, you know, coming out of the woodworks like towards the end of January, February. So there's very little that's going on right now in the music industry. There's stuff going on, of course, but like it's slow. It's a slow time. So I just want to preface that. So in terms of the news, I guess we can talk about this like in brief. So there's two articles that caught my attention. One was Mejja splitting with his manager Shiko. So yeah, I read this article on Nairobi News. It seems like he's parting ways with his manager, and he released a statement where he says, Shiko is no longer my manager. We have decided to part ways, but imekuwa jani ajab. I have nothing but respect for her.
Yeah.
Shukran wagenge. God bless. And it's interesting because I think Mejja is working towards an album.
Yeah, he's been working towards an album for a minute now. He told us the album was coming. Didn't say where is it? And is this a setback now?
I hope it's coming. I hope this is not a setback.
That's another problem.
So I hope there's no fire in his camp at the moment.
I don't know if Mejja knows that people are really waiting for his joint. I don't know if he knows.
Bruh.
Sometimes artists could be in the studio the whole time. They're not really aware of what's going outside. Like Mejja has been, the past couple of years, he's been on fire. And we're like, all right. And you know how people are in this side of the world. It's like, it's always albums. It's EPs and albums. It's never singles. We're never satisfied with singles. We want you to release an album. So it's like,
on this side of the world, we want albums and stuff. So I don't know. Listen,
an album-oriented market.
Part ways. That happens.
Yeah.
So
and I hope he links up with someone who is forward thinking. Yeah.
Hopefully he does.
Yeah. So
the other news I saw that was interesting was, but I mean we've kind of touched on this already.
Yeah.
About how Bensoul and Nviiri are,
so this is the year
angling. Yeah, they're angling a departure from Soul Generation, and it most likely is going to happen this year. The interesting thing I saw about this whole topic was that they said that so Soul Generation kind of said or hinted at the fact that the teams that are currently around Bensoul and Nviiri might stick with
them,
Bensoul and Nviiri,
that's
even
good.
Outside of Soul Generation.
That's good. So they just changed the name, not the teams.
Like more continuity. Sorry, you were saying?
No, I'm saying that's so it's just it's a major name, the label that's changing. It's really good. Again, it'll be interesting to see how they function without the leadership and guidance. That makes it sound so serious. The leadership and guidance of Soul Generation itself as an entity. I don't know, man. Me, I'm super excited. It was. I think for me, I've just been excited to have been part of that story, even as little as it is, like in the beginning, and just back when they were starting up and figuring a lot of these things out. Of course, when you left, they just blew up some. So that's part of it. But it's cool to see. Yeah, man. I really hope I hope that after, if they leave and when they leave, if they leave, that there'll be a clear explosion in their careers rather than a lull and just like oh man, like, can we sit down and figure things out now? Like, and we start seeing them less because they have been a staple in the pop side of the industry. So it'll be really it'll be sad to lose that, especially all the momentum that they've been building, with fans and shows and tours that they've been doing. Also,
they won't lose that. Won't lose that. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. The whole point of them being in Soul Gen was artist development, and now they're ready to spread their wings and fly. Yeah, they've developed enough. So now it's time for them to stand on their own two legs. And let's see what we can expect from both Bensoul and Nviiri.
Mm-hmm.
And Soul Gen will be fine. They're already setting up this whole new thing with the press play and having the new generation of artists that they want to push. So
again, and this is also an indicator of if Soul Gen really has it, because can they do what they've done with these two? Can they do it again?
Yeah,
that's the question. That's all on our minds.
That's and I think they can. So I'm optimistic.
Yeah.
So Sam, so there's really no, I don't know. Did you listen to anything new per se that caught your ear?
There was no. I've been laughing the past 2 weekends because the guys at Spotify have not. Because we usually get most of our new music from who has been chosen on the spot, but they're on holiday mode for real. Like they have not updated that playlist for nothing.
Is there anyone I can remember who's released music in the past?
So I don't know. Yeah, I haven't been. It's we need other outlets also just to figure out new music. So I don't know if you've had. Have you had anything?
Have I heard anything that caught my attention this past week? No, I don't think I've heard any new music. I mean, I saw the Sabiwu video that he did, but the Nyamaza song, but that came out already.
We're really pressed for new music.
We
need new music. We need new music. Release music, guys.
Shout out to Kina Sabiwu. Man, that video is hard.
And
man.
If you're listening and you did release music and we are completely skipping it, please.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Light up our Instagram and our socials.
But listen, I think we should just play. You know what we should do? We should just play, because we talked about all this Arbantone stuff.
Yeah.
I would like to play an Arbantone song, kind of just to give people an insight into what we're talking about, especially people who are not necessarily in the Kenyan listening space.
Let's do it.
So
I'm down.
I want to play my favorite song, which is Tic Tac by Rans Scooby.
I thought you were about to play Cocoa Butter for us.
No, the reason I've said no so vehemently is I feel cringy about doing self-promo. I don't know. I feel like that's cringy. Yeah, I feel like that's cringy. It's not that I love that song, of course, man.
It's your song.
Baby.
It's your platform.
It is. But I want to play Run Scooby. I just like that song, Tic Tac. Listen, here is Tic Tac by Rans Scooby.
Yo, easy bad one light to a phone. Pasta 4, niko class 4. Baby girl anadai ni washendom. Shezi bonga fiti jumi ukuwa don. Easy N wana try kunikas form. Niko club na magai tuna pass form. Na magali wameva dong. Story gani walai swezi pass ndom. Niko chat na magai mindo father ndom. Kikibini walai ninapiga lon. Unajua maisani nafika home. Swezi banja mtaa mindo father son. Easy streets unajua mindo melgun. Ukibanja nani unapigo boom. Kani happy magai itajipa soon. Usi worry na life itajipa noon. Punctuation kwa life do matagun. Ni weekendi walai zimefika moon. Na madiva wamecrom nimepiga zoom. Usizime magai unajua rules. Tunakata walai hadi fike noon. Kani ndom unataka na call kush. Easy end tunataka madem boom. Wamejaza design ya makaltun. Ni wapoa wanapenda mataikun. Akijipa magai unacheza pool. Ndo kibend una grab una tap good. Easy girl wanapenda alibad boon. Kani life tunapenda money fast good. Alijama kapata bad luck good. Everything mina do pray God good. Fast thing kwa race pray fast move. Bad girl anapenda una tick tac una tic tac nini. Baby una ass una tic tac nini. Nizo nini una tic tac nini. Nini mabuso amebeba sin una tic tac una tic tac nini. Baby una ass una tic tac nini. Nizo nini una tic tac nini. Nini mabuso amebeba sin. Anataka design inataka Toga na Nicola najua nilipata. Kuna vile form utipa na makata. Anadai jina anadai vitu rapture. Sizi ongezaga wala entajipata. Babu na Nicole unajua it's your first time. Hizi vitu gani wala enta kuwacha. Bado tunakata na bado naitisha. Sizi ongezaga wala entalipuka. Ile form flani wala ilijipa. Nilikuwa happy masaa ya saa 6. Dema mejibeba na bado ananishika. Bila naikata wala baby cool down. Mzinga ya kwanza ya pili ya tatu. Kumbe baby girl huku aga mashini. Alinichocha ndo tufike mjini. Vile anazitoka walai siamini. Nilidhani mpole mkindi amini. Shakuwa hoka design ya mashini. Una tic TikTok, una TikTok nini? Baby una ass, una TikTok nini? Hizo nini, una TikTok nini? Hini ya mabusu amebeba sin, una TikTok, una TikTok nini? Baby una ass, una TikTok nini? Hizo nini, una TikTok nini? Hini ya mabusu amebeba sin. Holy Ghost fire, baby mama, she a weekend. TikTok there, you are here for the weekend. Body she a fine like girls on the TikTok. Ooh la la, go down on your TikTok. Gala she a best, she do it like a hip hop. Heavy man down when I press on the replay. Give me that thing when you pull up on the weekend. TikTok fail, Insta fail, hookah fail, my life fail, rematch fail, money fail, Snapchat fail, exam fail, TikTok fail, Insta fail, hookah fail, my life fail, rematch fail, money fail, Snapchat fail, exam fail. Una TikTok nini? Baby una ass, una TikTok nini? Hizo nini, una TikTok nini? Hini ya mabusu amebeba sin, una TikTok nini? Baby una ass, una TikTok nini? Hizo nini, una TikTok nini? Hini ya mabusu amebeba sin. TikTok, una TikTok.
Beats music.
That was TikTok by Ran Scooby. Shout out to him. Shout out to the whole Arbantone movement. We have our eyes on you guys, our eyes and ears.
Yeah, the whole industry has their eyes on y'all.
Yeah.
On us, on ourselves.
Really want to
We have the eyes on ourselves. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it, please. Don't do that, man. Not this new year. Not you making me seem cringy this new year on purpose. Relax, Afam. Calm down.
So you're putting the blame on me.
Yes.
I did that.
Yes.
I did that.
You do know that when someone says something and it's podcasting 101 and you pause, it allows for the brain to think things within that pause. And if I said something that's completely outlandish and you didn't support me, Afam, it's going to be cringe, especially for myself. And you know it. Okay. So you're doing that on purpose. And now you're making me over-explain myself. And now it's even worse.
I did do that intentionally. I just didn't know how to respond to that.
All right. Okay.
What was I supposed to say?
It's fine.
Okay. Anyway, you guys didn't sign up to hear Sam and I bicker over the podcast.
That's not what this platform is for.
It's really not.
It's for the music
guys,
industry and the music.
It is.
And we appreciate every single person who is part of it.
Oh,
sorry.
Exactly. And shout out to you guys, man. Like I was telling Sam before the podcast, like even when we were shooting the video for Coco Butter, there were two people who came up and they were like, "Yo, I listened to the podcast." Blah,
That's
blah,
always
and then
cool,
we
isn't it?
Had a conversation.
Yeah.
It's weird and
we sound so green and vanilla when we say that, but it's
way.
cool. It's still funny. I don't care how vanilla I sound. It's cool when someone comes up to you and say,
Yeah. I don't know if I'll ever get used to it, like being recognized from the podcast. Like it's surreal, and we're very thankful, man.
Yep.
Like it's like I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it.
We need to act like we've been here before. Afam. We need to act like so that's cool, man. I mean, shout out to all of you. So
I'm not gonna lie to you people, bro.
Act like you've been here before.
Nah, I'm not. But listen, shout out to you guys for rocking with the 30% Pod Boys. And listen, we're going into our second year, man. Super excited. This is the part where we say we have such big plans laid out in the
Oh, yep. We have big plans. But mostly very, very big plans. So anyway,
huge.
No, but we're
gonna be interviewing Obama, guys.
Definitely, he's going to tell us about.
We're going to be asking him the tough questions, how do you come up with your yearly playlist?
Yep, and why are there no Kenyans on there? Well, maybe that's the key. Maybe we need to figure out
real question.
And he's Kenyan, so he should have a Kenyan on there, right?
But I hope you guys have seen through that. That's a music industry marketing tool.
They're
right
paying bro
there.
big
You
bucks.
think
He
Obama
needs to make his
listens to
money.
those songs?
Like he's not getting that government money anymore. Well, wait, maybe he is. Look at me pocket watching Obama.
I don't know if he's even making any money.
Look
off
at
of
me
it
pocket
as much
watching
as-
Obama. But yeah,
Sam,
you have to get.
if I'm a label, I'm saying get my music on Obama's list somehow.
Yeah, let's do that. Spam him.
Anyway.
Spam. Send emails to his aides. Send emails to Michelle. Hit up Malia.
Must
What is
talk
her name?
about-
His
talk
daughter's
to us.
name Malia. Malia? That's his name, right? That's her name. Malia. I even said his name. This is terrible.
Malia.
Can we move on from this, please?
The emphasis is in the E.
Okay,
the emphasis is yeah.
Is there an E on I, bro?
Say it again.
See, look, you're correcting me.
It's an I, but it's Mali. Anyway, guys,
Bickering again.
this was the 30% podcast. Listen, we've been doing this for a year, but we're no less cringy and no less no better at outroing the podcast. So
not at
hopefully
all.
some things will change.
doubt
But
it.
guys, listen, that was episode
58
58 of the 30% podcast.
Thank you all for
And
being here
listen,
with us. We
guys,
love being here with you.
We do. And we'll catch you again on episode 59.
9.